Welcome back to some more Ancient Domains of Mystery. I have reached the Caverns of Chaos, and I think I'm just going to keep the failed train going, as it were. And let's look around for what's going to happen in here. This is probably almost my favorite part of the game, because the upper COC levels have a couple of interesting features in them that just make the game a bit more exciting, something to look forward to. And looky here, it's a neutral altar. That is exciting to know. And well, not that exciting because I'm lawful. So downstairs. D1 is extremely easy, but each Cavern of Chaos level gets one level more difficult than the next. So D1 has danger level 1, D2 has danger level 2, and so on, with the result that D48 has the highest possible danger level in the game. So this is really a level, the main dungeon. It scales all the way down to its end. So I am slowly running low on food, which is absolutely fine because the Caverns of Chaos are also the place where you can solve all your food problems forever. I'm not even kidding. So if you happen to find yourself starving a lot in your games, you should probably pay this place a visit, and I think I'm going to get to that in this video, so you'll be able to see for yourself. Anyway, the first level of the Caverns of Chaos often has two downstairs. They lead to two different versions of the second level. One of them can have a vault, the other cannot. I usually explore both because that's more monsters and more loot. Also, I want complete maps for every place I've been to. In any case, I'm going to try one of these stairs. I am in S2. S means shortcut or safe or whatever. There's never a vault in this level that could fuck your shit up. Instead, there can be a mixed tension room in this level that fucks your shit up. Okay. Usually the first thing I do when I open a mixed tension room is check what kind of monsters there are in there. I mean, that's always the interesting question to ask. Let's see. We've got here an imp, a bugbear, a dark elven wizard. I already hate this guy because he's going to summon spiders once I get rid of all the other monsters. A rat, a kushu, a were-rat, a clawbug, doppelganger, like Hurfling, another doppelganger. Okay, that's fine. The important thing to notice here is that these are both doppelgangers and not doppelganger lords, or God forbid, doppelganger kings, which are exceptionally nasty. Oh, Scorch Giant Lizard, Giant Rat, Goblin, Giant Rat, Ghoul. The lucky thing is that I am only on S2, on danger level 2 level, and even on that lower danger level, even a mixed tension room is not going to have anything terribly dangerous, at least as far as I can see. I mean, there's got to be some stuff here that I haven't seen yet that might give me a run for my money. Oh well, at least I'm still at the entrance of the tension room, and I can fight those monsters one by one. There shouldn't be a lot of difficulty. But it's always a nasty surprise to see something like that, and it can be very deadly on a low level. And even here, I mean, that Dark Elven Wizard is going to make this take longer than it really should. Which means I get more XP than I really should, in a sense. So, oh, I'm not going to complain. Okay, I got rid of the were-rat. That means there's no more rats coming in. At least hopefully. See how it gets slowly filled up with spiders. There's one spider that wasn't there before. And there's another spider back there that I haven't seen before. Really the only way... Oh, a jackal weir, so it's going to fill up with jackals too. Making it take even longer. And, oh well, that's a cut purse. Those are not dangerous at all. It's a doppelganger. He can confuse me, but he still isn't dangerous. And the only way I can stagger to is back, and that makes no difference whatsoever, because I still will be able to fight them one at a time. The only unfortunate thing about fighting one at a time is, of course, that it's going to take forever to get through, because pretty much have to rely on the Dark Elf Wizard and the Shaker Weir to find their way to me, so I can stab them. And for some reason, sometimes they seem reluctant to do that. I couldn't imagine why, but I think I've got the Dark Elf Wizard right where I want him now. Or sure, just about right where I want him. Come here, come here. No, I don't want the Shackles, I don't want a Kushu. What's a Kushu anyway? And oh, Pixie Archer came from behind. Now, if only a Pixie Archer could do anything but die after one hit. Tarantula. Oh, come on. This is a floating eye. Be careful around floating eyes because they can paralyze you if you attack them. They don't paralyze with their own attacks. They don't paralyze if you kill them. Actually, yes, they also paralyze if you kill them. But they can't paralyze you unless you attack it in melee. That's why I'm going to be using a rock. It's going to take a bit longer, but it still works because floating eyes also have next to no HP. And come on, and here we are. I want to thank you for all these spiders you've summoned for me. Come here. Come here. See, now we're getting somewhere. That's another doppelganger. Some of these spiders. Some of these jackals. That Jackal Weir is going to give me some trouble. He's still standing in the back. Oops. See, I ran in a bit. This room is not remotely dangerous now because everything that might have been dangerous is already dead. Now the Jackal Weir is too, so it's going to be only a matter of time. Unless the Weir Rat decides to make this some more boring some more. And is that a Rattling Fencer? I have to be a bit careful because that guy can disarm me if I'm not careful. And if he does, then I have to switch my weapons. Actually, this is an excellent opportunity. 1 second. I mean, Rattling Fencers are annoying because they always disarm you. But the great thing is, they're not really very dangerous. So you can potentially have them attack you forever if you have enough armor. Only if you have enough armor, of course. That means you can try out all your weapons. Reason being, if one of your weapons turns out to be cursed, I'm not sure if I will be able to demonstrate that. Oh, hey there. What a use. Ah, that's excellent. I happen to own a Hatchet of Penetration. That not only sounds kind of sexual, well, this is probably one of the oldest jokes of any ADOM player ever about penetration weapons. Oh, oh, oh. But it is actually one of the best types of weapons you can find. Penetration means these weapons completely bypass the physical armor value of the monsters you're fighting. This isn't really that awesome in the early game when the monsters usually have armor values of 2, 3, or 4. But in a later game, you're going to meet monsters who have armor ratings of 30, 40, 50 that are excessively hard to damage, and a penetration weapon can get past all that and strike directly at the soft flesh and underbelly or whatever, at the intestines. These weapons are excessively wonderful to have. Actually, I might even want to practice using that weapon right away. I would use another type of axe if I could, because, well, hatchets are axes in this game, and I want to train the axe's weapon skill now. But I don't have any other axe. I'm going to be on the lookout for that. And use that wonderful Hatchet of Penetration. Since I don't have any cursed weapons, I don't have to wait around for the Rattling Fencer. If I had a cursed weapon and wore it now, then I would wait for the Rattling Fencer to disarm me. That way, you can pretty much try out all your weapons, and if they're cursed, you can just have the Rattling Fencer disarm you. It's great. And then you can use another weapon again. See? That's how it works. You fight him, then he disarms you, and if it was a cursed weapon, he still disarms you. This is wonderful. But since I'm going to have to switch back to another weapon, oh well. I'm going to start my training a bit later, because I want to be done with this at some point. Shoot the floating eye. And, okay, this is boring. Swordsman can also disarm you, but it happens much more rarely than grappling fencers in my experience. There's an orc. Orcs can be kind of dangerous if you're a level 2 wizard or something. Don't underestimate orcs. They can do a lot of damage in melee if you don't have armor at all, for instance. I mean, it's a luxury to have armor at some point in the game, early on, and that's a carrion crawler. They have a remote chance of paralyzing you, I seem to remember, but it's very remote. And even though they have a lot of attacks and are very annoying, because that means a lot of messages you have to click through, they don't usually deal a lot of damage with these attacks. To a level 10 barbarian. I think they can be dangerous to a level 1 character too, but at this point I can't really demonstrate how dangerous these monsters would be if you were, well, not badass like me. Get rid of these guys and get my hatchet of penetration back. That's awesome. And admire the loot. Oh, that's some proper armor. I'm already using a large shield, so I'm just going to let that stay there. Silver amulet. I think those are usually, if not always, amulets of protection. That's a potion, a potion, a scroll, a scroll, a scroll, a tomb, a spell book. That is awesome. Give me. You might ask yourself, so what if we find spell books? I mean, you're illiterate, right? And it's not like you're going to learn to read in the course of the game. Oh, ye of little faith. It's actually not that far away that I will be able to read, and look at that. +6 DP armor rating on that studded leather armor. That's an awesome leather armor. Now I'm at 17 PV, which is kind of OP at that point of the game. Actually, it's really, really OP. No, those are both locked. And this one also had a trap, but I managed to avoid it. Some watery potion. And oh, I forgot to eat this guy. That won't do. ADOM is kind of ridiculous in the sense that you can eat any corpse regardless of how rotten it is described, and it still won't give you anything like food poisoning. Some people think that makes it unrealistic and therefore worse than NetHack. I think that makes it more fun than NetHack because I always die in NetHack after like 2 seconds because of these stupid food poison corpses. Then again, I almost never play NetHack. Was ages ago since I tried NetHack. Anyway, that's not terribly interesting, I guess. Let's see, there's a downstairs here, and looks like I've got another vault. It's always fun. Get up here. Oh, a short bow. I might be using that. Actually, no, someone asked me to use that strange stick. Just to demonstrate what it can do, I guess. What's up with all those kobolds? Is this a kobold vault? Man, kobolds are pussies. It's gotta be one of the easiest vaults ever. And still can have awesome loot. Well, it hasn't had yet, but who knows? A nice potion. Oh. Huh. I guess that wasn't a vault at all. Yet. Ah, no, I see. It's down here. And a gate ring. Okay. All these arrows. It's wonderful. I can use them later on and become an awesome archer myself. There's no reason whatsoever in ADOM to not become an archer of some point. Some sort. Even if you're a wizard, you want to use arrows. Simply because, well, you're gonna see eventually, but the thing is, there are items in this game called slaying arrows. Arrows of something slaying. For example, you can find arrows of dragon slaying, or arrows of demon slaying, or arrows of undead slaying. And these things are ridiculously powerful. So powerful, in fact, that pretty much regardless of what your character is, they are one of the best ways to fight the boss enemies in the game. The best way to fight a big-ass dragon is arrows of dragon slaying. And it doesn't matter if you're a wizard, if you're actually an archer, or if you're some other dude. Pretty much the best way to fight him is using those arrows. Simply because you can use arrows at a range, and these monsters tend to be pretty powerful melee. Yeah, that's about it. Now let's get rid of these kobolds. I'm going through the motions because I'm pretty much OP at this point. But the wonderful thing about ADOM is, regardless of how ridiculously powerful you are, you'll always be able to use most of the loot. Because most of the loot stays useful, and there's no such bullshit as level limits in this game, where I have to wait until level 30 to drink a glass of vulture milk or something. That's bullshit. That stuff doesn't happen in ADOM. If you find a high-end weapon, you will be able to use it. The game is hard enough as it is without imposing artificial limits on you. It really is. It doesn't look like that because I've been making it look easy. And it's been easy up until now, thanks to my character and the items I found. But it can be hard too. Not for me. I'm badass like that. No. Having said that, I'm going to die pretty soon now. Short bow thing. I'm strained with an exclamation mark. That is usually a point at which you say, okay, I have to get rid of the stuff in here big time. In this case, that means I'm going to get rid of... There's not so much many things I want to get rid of, actually. Oh, that spear is actually equally good to my other stuff. That's useless. Well, there are two categories, useless and doesn't give much bling. I'm going to be able to find a shop relatively soon, so I won't get too serious with the spring cleaning. But what I'm going to do is get rid of all these effing rocks. I have way too many rocks by now. And the thing about rocks is they are useful as ranged weapons, surely, but they are fucking effing heavy. And if you have enough arrows, then you're going to switch to arrows and quarrels. Quarrels also. You can also switch to quarrels because there are arrows of dragon slaying and quarrels of dragon slaying. And they're pretty much equally common, so you want to use both arrows and quarrels. For some reason, I've found 3 short bows by now. Well, I do know the reason is because I fought all those kobolds, and kobolds drop short bows and arrows very often. And I do not have a light crossbow or a heavy crossbow yet. I want to because I want to use quarrels too, but right now it's only arrows. That's not that unusual because arrows are somewhat easier to find and somewhat easier to find, especially in the early game. Now, I want to keep all these items. I'm hoping that dropping all the rocks is going to help me out. And I think I'm going to eat some of these rations because they're pretty ridiculously heavy. One popular joke among ADOM players is that a large ration contains the food as well as a portable stove to cook it with or something. Because it's just 200 stones is just ridiculously heavy. Because the explanation in the game is that 1 stone equals 50 grams. So this thing weighs 200 stones. It's like ridiculously heavy. What's that, 5 kilograms for a ration? That really doesn't really hold it for that much longer than other types of food. Let's eat some of the iron rations. And I'm back to strained. I can live with that. Strained with an exclamation mark is usually bad news. Strained regular is okay. You can live with that. I'm at a point where we'll try to eat large rations off the ground, actually. Because I don't want to carry them around. I have a minor case of pack ratism. I'm a bit of a pack rat. I want to carry a lot of items around, and usually end up burdened or strained. That's not actually a very good thing to be, but you can live with it if you have a powerful character like I do. Some people have a much more major case of pack ratism, especially if they are magicians and own a spell called Strength of Atlas that can increase your carrying capacity, but I don't want to go to too much of a tangent. Besides, there's still a chance that I will be able to cast Strength of Atlas and show you what it does. I mean, I am destined to become a powerful magician. Or something. That is D2, the level that I avoided, so don't get confused that I went up again. This is the parallel level to S2, where I was early in this video. But it turns out this is actually not much more exciting than S2. In fact, since there was no mixed tension room in here, it's actually much less exciting. Well, the game always lies like that. It's a dark sage. I'm kind of pissed that he didn't leave a corpse, because that's one of the two ways you can be literate. You can become literate in this game. That's right, you can eat somebody, and you learn how to read from it. You didn't just mishear something or something. That is literally how the game works with that kind of thing. If you eat a dark sage, you become literate. You can read and write for some reason. I'm kind of pissed about this cat now. I really want to know if I already killed cats in this game, because it's a good thing to know. But I managed to shake it off, and I can go back down and never see that stupid thing again. Dum-bidum. And oh, we can hear some of exciting messages. Someone is really happy with how I'm doing so far. Well, at least I like to think that. We're going to find out soon enough what the hell is going on in here. You hear the ecstatic cries of a large crowd. Well, yes. Yeah. Why are there always ecstatic cries? What drives into constant ecstasy? Well, the easy explanation would be ecstasy. And looky here, look at that blue R dude. I've kind of been looking like I've just been killing everything indiscriminately, but I've played this game a long time, and I know by instinct by now which monsters deserve killing and which don't. It's not really instinct, it's rote, because I've been to this place before a million times, so I know these guys. This guy sells fat worms. That makes him a douchebag. Because fat worms are ew. What happened? Looks like I accidentally hit numlock and deactivated my numpad or something. That's another rattling trader. He sells rat tails. That makes him a duck licker. I don't know. Trying to find colorful descriptions for the guys who are going to be useless to me, like this one. Let's go past them, and here's another guy, and he is also useless. I don't even know if that expression exists, and why? What happened? My hilariously huge fingers must constantly hit keys I don't want to hit or something. What is up with these guys? Oh, I hope I didn't. That's it. I hope nobody saw that. And let's see. That's Fartburger. And that guy, yes. This guy is awesome because he offers me cooked lizards. And cooked lizards are one of the two types of food that are actually going to be useful. In fact, cooked lizards are literally overpowered because, well, I'm going to demonstrate that soon enough. That's okay. I can live with having only 49. Besides, it's probably going to be someone else who buys these things. Okay, now I'm going to give you your name. You're a real top guy. And you saw fried bats. Now, fried bats are the other type of useful food. They are actually very useful, even though they are not nearly as effective as cooked lizards. But you might want to buy fried bats if you find out you've been buying too much cooked lizards from these guys. In any case, I'm going to give him a useful name as well. Yeah, you don't really have to get creative with these things. Some people just go ahead and call them what they want, what they sell. And that's the other guy who sells cooked lizards. There's usually two, and sometimes there's only one. Then the game dicks you over a bit, but sometimes there's two, and that's awesome. And there's another guy here. Maybe it's the second fried bat guy. He appears. And that's it. I just went on a food run, kind of like going to a grocery store, and I got out of it with 94 cooked lizards. Now here's the awesome thing. See those iron rations up in the list? On the large rations that you can buy in the food shop in the starting town that weigh 100 or 200 stones each. Cooked lizards weigh 3 stones each, but they give you the same amount of food. You heard me right, the same. That makes them absolutely awesome, and you want as many of these as you can. And a stack of 94 of those could even hold out until the end of the game. So if you wanted to make your first top priority to solve any food problem you might eventually develop, then you should rush your way all the way over to D4, Caverns of Chaos, the 4th level, to this place, the arena. Sometimes it's on the 3rd level actually, but anyway, this place here, and buy those suckers from those suckers. Buy them. Yeah. The other exciting part of this level is the arena. This is the Arena Master deck, and fighting in the arena, there are two things to know. First, every time you kill a monster in there, past the first one, because the first one is your initiation fight, you get money. Money is always nice. But once you've killed 19 monsters in total, 20 monsters in total, the 21st fight, which you will call the 20th fight, is going to be a champion fight. If you win it, you become the arena champion. If you lose it, well, you're dead, because this is ADOM, and you die the same in every way you die. Every way you die, it's the same result. Yeah. You're going to want to delay becoming the champion, even if you could. I mean, I totally could become the champion right now if I wanted. Yeah, totally. Really. You want to delay it until you get a quest to do so, because otherwise you miss the quest reward. Actually, no, you won't miss the quest reward, but you're going to have to do another quest to get it, and that's always an inefficient way to go about it. What I usually always do is fight the first 19 fights if I can. Well met once more, Hocus Pocus. If you want to fight, you'll have to win a test fight to make sure you're worth some gold. Do you want to fight in the arena? I do. They'll fight will run till one of you two is dead. Good luck. Really? A rat? I'm fighting a rat for my initiation fight. You suck. Well, I guess I'm going to fight this rat. Oh, good luck. Yeah, I don't really need any cheering. Thank you. That's embarrassing. I missed it 2 times in a row. What kind of rat is that? I missed it again? I hit it, and now I moderately would. Oh, this is embarrassing. It must be crowd fright. Stage fright. Oh, come on, Hocus Pocus. You can do it! Come on. Why do I need... Why does it take 3 hits to kill this rat? This is embarrassing. Oh, dear. Very well, you survived. But I fought a fucking rat. What did you expect? I mean, see, come on. If you want to earn some real money, come back, and we can deal with another fight. Well, okay, as long as it's not another stupid rat. I mean, come on, give me some chance, give me some credit. Rat. Keep in mind, 19 more fights and you'll be the new champion. Well, here, always keep that in mind. And don't become the new champion until you have the quest to do so. And, well, yeah, I'm doing it now. Why did the rat have 81 gold pieces? I might have given the rat too little credit. It must have been some sort of rat arena master or something. Well, now I've got to go. Oh, come on! Can't be serious! It's a... Oh, well, this one's a giant rat. This... What's getting crowds so excited? Is this what they watch on a daily basis? There must be in some sort of drug to enjoy this. And why am I not killing this as one blow? I'm an embarrassment to all things barbarian. Oh dear. Okay, got rid of it. Getting the gold. Come on, something a bit more threatening, please. An orc! Well, I guess that's better than a rat. Not by much, though. Oops. What did I just type? There you go. Who cares? And what I have here? Oh, it's a gnoll. A regular gnoll? That's at least something. Gnolls can be kind of dangerous if you're level 1. It's a cudgel. It's a giant bat. Well, that's okay, I guess. We're not remotely in the realm of challenge yet. I'm going to enter that a couple of them. Oh, look here. It's a guy who shoots tiny quarrels. A black hurfling. Too bad that he can take... Oh, what in blazes? The hurfling actually punched through my arm and hit me. And did 2 hit points of damage. That must have been some badass hurfling. In a sense, I was a lucky punch because we were already critically wounded. A crying shame that he was fighting me. 2 hit points of damage. I'm wasting my talents. What? Another of these guys? And he's standing in the exact place as before? What do you call that? Deja vu? Okay. Can I get some... A little bit... Okay. This is an orc scorcher. Candy, hand crossbow. Hand crossbows are rarely worth the effort, actually. Those and tiny quarrels. Very rarely have special properties and are almost uniformly weaker than arrows or quarrels. So I usually don't bother with them. And that's an orc scorcher. I'm going to kill him. Why do I always have to use several hits? It's embarrassing. Oh, it's a crude spear, and I can see it's yellow. This can't mean one of 2 things. It's either a yellow orcish spear, or it's an orcish spear of lightning. And that might be awesome. Well, not really awesome, because the of lightning weapon special is not really that powerful. And has a problem in PvE. And come on! When I said I wanted a challenge, when I fought those first rats, I didn't mean that I wanted to fight a shit ton of rats. I wanted to fight something, I don't know, something... Not a miniature-sized rodent, a trained warrior. What's this? What kind of arena is this, anyway? Oh, come on. Yes, the rats are all dead. I can now fight again. Yes. I want to turn one of you two is dead. Really? Are we going to pretend it's going to be me? 11 more fights. Yes, awesome. Ooh, looky here. Why is an undead shadow fighting in the arena? What does it need money for? Okay. I got rid of that guy too. Still only a hand crossbow. I want a proper crossbow. Where's the monster? Oh, looky, a spider. I haven't killed 1,000 of you before. A cave fisher. Oh well. It takes some hits to kill, I guess. Where are we now? Look here, it's a kobold shaman. Ooh, he's doing some damage. The bolts tingle slightly. Well, not that much damage. And finally dead. Oh man, that was annoying. 8 more fights. I want to get a ringer first. It's a wooden ring. That makes it awesome. Wooden rings are always the same in this game. If you find a wooden ring, then you know it's a ring of fire resistance. That can be excessively useful against the fire vortex you might have seen in an earlier video. It's an Ankag. Ankag is the first time a monster is somewhat dangerous. I mean, not really that much. Ankags have a bit of PV, and more importantly, they have an acid attack that can do a respectable amount of damage. I'm not really that scared though. See, that's a brief stream of acid. It can be annoying because that acid can destroy some of your items or something. And that Ankag is dead as well. Not really that exciting here. 7 more fights. Well, I'm almost done. I'll stop at 2 more fights, so that's what? 5 more guys? 6, and it's a shackle wheel. Oh great, isn't that awesome? Let's try to kill that guy first, so you don't have to deal with too many of his little friends. I'm hungry. Let's be a giant douchebag now and eat that jackal. You start to consume the jackal corpse. The jackal becomes enraged as it watches you. Well, yeah, I kind of started to eat your brother or sister or whatever it was. Yep, I do. Oh, looks like you got angry. Looky here. I'll get to you in a second, but first I'm going to eat this friend of yours, or family member, and oh, he tasted very dull. And now I'm going to eviscerate you. Even random cruelty isn't going to make this any more exciting than it isn't. Anyway, there's a giant ant corpse that I haven't eaten yet. Eat, eat, eat. Oops. Yikes, real hurfling. Whoops. Some hurfling cakes in this game have a bit of a nasty surprise in them. But don't get too worried about it, your character will get over it. But he's going to be stunned for a while, and I feel clear again. I can go back. 5 more fights. I'm almost done now. This one is probably going to be useful. And hey, it's a displacer beast. That can take a while. Hello? Finally. Okay, displacer beast is dead too. 4 more fights. And, oh, it's getting slightly more exciting. This is a harpy. Harpy have a sleeping attack, but are not really that dangerous either. The last few fights can be somewhat interesting, but only somewhat. Not really to me either. There's a tarantula, probably the most dangerous kind of spider in the game, but it's still only a spider. And this is the last fight I'm going to do. What am I going to be fighting? Exciting. Oh, looky here, it's a Dark Sage. This is kind of exciting, because the Dark Sage bolt attack actually takes away 13-14 HP each hit. So I'm going to have to reach him first, because I can't use it in melee, or can't really use it that well in melee while I'm tearing him a new strip. as the saying goes. But he's not going to live for very long. Oh, accidentally hit an arrow button. Ouch! Come here, come here! You get. I'm going to give you such a stabbing. Come here, come here! Ha ha! I am now the almost champion. Wait, the next fight would be the champion fight, and I'm going to wait to have the quest until I try that. Anyway, that was exciting. Maybe this is a good time to end the video and give you some time to recover from all the excessive excitement you must have experienced now that I had my brush with near death. Until next time, then.